Okay, so let's explore this story. It's really simple on the surface, but it seems to connect with so many people figuring out, well, change.
Right, it's a very well-known little parable. Uses this metaphor, doesn't it? A maze and cheese to talk about how we handle shifts in life, in work, everywhere, really.
And it's powerful because it's simple, I think, easy to grasp.
Exactly. It aims right for that fundamental level. How do we react when things, well, when they don't stay the same?
And the parts are so relatable. The maze, that's just wherever you are looking for what you want, isn't it?
hmm Could be your job, your life path, relationships, community,
Uh-huh.
anywhere you navigate, full of twists and turns, opportunities, dead ends.
Yeah, obstacles too.
Sure. And then the cheese. That's the goal, right?
Yeah, the metaphor for whatever it is you're after, a
Mhm.
good job, maybe money, could be health, peace.
A connection, success, just plain happiness.
Mm.
And it's key that what your cheese is, it's personal. It can even change over time for you.
Right, and the characters.
Right.
You sort of instantly recognize them because they're different ways we react.
That's the idea. You've got the four: Sniff and Scurry, the mice, and then Hem and Haw, the little people.
Little people, yeah.
And it's not like you're just one of them fixed.
Yeah.
They're more like tendencies,
Mhm.
mindsets that pop up inside us when change hits.
Ah, okay. So you might start as one, but maybe shift to another.
Precisely. You might have a bit of each in you, really.
So the story kicks off. They find this place, Cheese Station C.
Yes. And it's amazing. Just piled high with cheese, paradise found, basically. They feel totally safe, content,
Comfort zone achieved.
totally. And you see their natures right away.
Yeah.
Sniff and Scurry, the mice, they keep up their simple routines. Sniff's always sniffing, noticing little changes.
Even when things are good.
Especially then, maybe. And Scurry is always ready to, well, scurry off. Quick action. They stay aware, fundamentally.
But Hem and Haw, they're different. They get comfortable. Complacent, maybe?
It's a good word for it. They build routines, sure, but the routines are about the cheese itself, not about checking the environment. They just assume it'll always be there.
Because it's been there. They feel entitled almost.
Yeah, there's a sense of entitlement,
Yeah.
which sets them up for the big shock, the main event. The cheese disappears.
It dwindles first, right? Little signs.
Exactly. Fewer piles, maybe more crumbs around. Then one day, they show up and poof, it's gone. Completely empty.
And the reactions couldn't be more different.
Night and day. Sniff and Scurry, because they kept sniffing and checking things out, they weren't totally shocked.
They notice the signs.
They did. So when it's gone, there's no real hand-wringing. They look at each other, basically nod, and they're off.
Yeah.
Into the maze to find new cheese. Simple, instinctive action.
But Hem and Haw,
Oh boy.
complete meltdown almost. Total shock, disbelief. They either missed the signs or maybe ignored them.
Rationalize them away. Oh, it's just temporary.
Probably. So when it's really gone, they feel betrayed, angry. Who moved my cheese?
That's their complaining, blaming,
Yeah.
anything but acting.
They waste so much energy just being upset and denying it, insisting it should come back.
Right. Stuck in this victim mentality, feeling entitled to that specific cheese in that specific place.
And this phase, especially for him, it's just stagnation, resistance. They keep going back to the empty station every single day.
Hoping it'll magically reappear.
Yeah.
Talking about it endlessly, but doing nothing. The fear of the maze, of the unknown, just pins them there.
That's a key point, isn't it? That denial and blame, they're like anchors.
Huge anchors. They stop you cold. If
Yeah.
you stay stuck there, you guarantee you won't find anything new. You just prolong the pain, really.
But Haw starts to shift. There's a turning point.
Yes. This is Haw's journey unfolding. The discomfort of having no cheese finally starts to feel worse than the fear of looking for cheese.
He sees himself and Hem just sitting there complaining.
And something clicks.
Ooh.
He recognizes the absurdity, even laughs at himself a little like, wow, look at us.
That little bit of perspective, that self-awareness, that's the crack in the wall.
It often is. Realizing that just waiting is pointless. Maybe those mice Sniff and Scurry, maybe they were onto something.
And he asks that question, the big one.
The powerful one. What would I do if I weren't afraid?
That just cuts through everything, doesn't it? It shifts from, I can't because I'm scared, to possibility, what could I do?
Exactly. It reframes it.
Yeah.
And he decides, okay, I have to go. I have to venture into the maze, even though he's terrified.
Leaving Hem behind, which must have been hard.
Very hard. But he starts exploring, tentatively at first. And what happens? He finds little bits of cheese. Just crumbs, maybe small pieces scattered around.
And that's huge, psychologically.
Massive. It's validation. Proof that there is cheese out there. and proof that taking action, even scared action, is better than staying put.
He learns that moving actually reduces the fear, doesn't it? The unknown wasn't as bad as he imagined.
Right. The monsters he pictured weren't really there. And as he goes, he starts writing things down on the walls of the maze.
The handwriting on the wall.
It's partly for himself, to process what he's learning, and partly maybe to help him if he ever decides to follow. These become the story's core lessons about change.
And the first one is just foundational, isn't it? Change happens. They keep moving the cheese.
Simple, but profound. You have to accept change is normal, constant, not some weird interruption. It's the baseline. Don't expect stability forever.
To accept it. Then what?
Then you anticipate change. Get ready for the cheese to move. Be proactive. Look around. Sniff the air like Sniff. What trends are happening? What subtle shifts are occurring? Ask yourself, what if my cheese moves? What's my plan B?
Prepare before it hits.
Exactly. And don't get complacent even when things are great. That leads to the next one. Monitor change. Smell the cheese often so you know when it is getting old.
Keep checking in. Is this situation still viable? Are my skills still relevant? Is this relationship still healthy? Don't wait until it's totally spoiled.
Right. Stay vigilant. And when change does hit, the advice is clear. Adapt to change quickly. The quicker you let go of old cheese, the sooner you can enjoy new cheese.
That's the tough one sometimes. Letting go.
It is. We get attached to the familiar even if it's not working anymore. But this principle says minimize that denial phase. Cut your losses. The faster you let go, the faster you're free to find something new. Like, scurry, just go.
So let go and then actively change. Move with the cheese.
Yeah, don't just leave the old spot. Actively seek the new one. Align yourself with the new direction. Learn things, try things, explore. Take deliberate steps.
And maybe even enjoy it.
That's the really transformative one. Enjoy change. Savor the adventure and enjoy the taste of new cheese. Can you shift your mindset? See change not just as a threat, but as an adventure, an opportunity.
Find the excitement in the unknown.
Cultivate curiosity instead of fear. What new things might I discover? What might I learn?
And the last one reminds us it's ongoing.
Absolutely. Be ready to change quickly and enjoy it again and again. They keep moving the cheese. This isn't a one-time fix.
Yeah.
Adaptability has to be a continuous practice. Build resilience. Keep learning. Always be ready.
So Ha follows these ideas, keeps moving.
And eventually, yes, he finds cheese station N. And it's amazing, overflowing with cheese. But not just the same old cheese.
Different kinds, new kinds.
Exactly. All sorts, some he's never even seen before. And guess who's already there?
Sniff and Scurry, I bet.
You got it. Already settled in, enjoying the bounty.
Wow. So the message there is the new cheese might actually be better, or at least different in good ways.
That's a huge part of it. Change, when you navigate it well, doesn't just replace what you lost. It can lead to richer, more fulfilling, unexpected opportunities. Real growth.
Okay, so that's the story. How do we, use this in our own lives when things get shaken up?
Well, the first step is that self-awareness piece. Which character echoes in you when change hits? Be honest. Are you quick like Scurry? Resistant like him? Cautious but adaptable like Ha? Sensing it early like Sniff?
Knowing your default reaction.
Yeah. And then identify your own cheese. What are you actually striving for right now? What really matters to you?
Get clear on your values, your goals.
And then scan the horizon. Are there signs your cheese might be moving? Even small ones. Don't ignore those little signals.
Face the fear. That seems critical.
Absolutely paramount.
Yeah.
Fear is the main thing holding him and Ha back. So try to name your fears. What exactly are you afraid of? Failure, looking silly, the unknown itself.
And then ask Ha's question.
Right? What would I do right now if I weren't afraid? Let that question bypass the fear circuit and point towards action.
And then actually do something, anything small.
Yes, take action. Ha found crumbs first, remember, not the whole station right away. So do a mini experiment. Research something new. Talk to someone different. Change one tiny habit. Action breaks the paralysis.
Action's the antidote to fear, almost.
It really can be.
Yeah.
And celebrate those small wins. Finding a crumb is progress. It builds momentum.
And letting go, that's internal too, isn't it? Not just the external situation.
Oh, definitely. Letting go of old cheese often means letting go of old beliefs about yourself, outdated ways of thinking, maybe even an identity tied too strongly to what's gone. Accepting it's gone frees you up.
Visualizing success helps too, maybe. Seeing yourself finding the new cheese.
It can. Imagining yourself coping, even thriving in the new situation builds confidence, makes it feel more possible.
And making it all a habit. Continuous learning, Staying curious.
Exactly, embedding adaptability. Regularly sniffing the air, reflecting, staying flexible, maybe even writing your own handwriting on the wall, in a journal or somewhere. Keep those principles alive.
Now, it's worth saying this story is simple, right? And some people find it too simple, or even, like, insensitive.
That's a fair point and an important nuance. The book strongly pushes personal adaptation. But critics sometimes ask, well, what if the change is unfair, like layoffs? Should you always just adapt?
Does it put too much pressure on the individual and ignore the system?
That's the critique. Should we sometimes question why the cheese moved? Or try to push back? Maybe try to change the system itself, not just ourselves. Is adaptation always the right or only answer?
So it's not just about passively accepting whatever happens.
Right. Considering those perspectives adds depth. The parable is great for mindset shifts, for tackling our internal fear and resistance, but real-world change is complex. Sometimes questioning or collective action is also part of navigating it effectively.
Good point. It adds that layer of context.
But the core strength of the story really is that framework for understanding our own reactions. It highlights how fear is often the biggest block we put in our own way.
It reminds you that while change is inevitable, how you respond, that's where your power lies.
Exactly. Your attitude, your actions, they shape your outcome much more than the change.